Alrighty, this one is a little bit new because I have this one only recorded. But anyways, we're starting our game with Radiant Relics, Comeback Story, and we stick together. I believe I'm not taking mid and we stick together here. I'm not entirely sure. I'm probably going for the starter kit this time around. Oh no, it was birthday present, right? I remember. Since we all know, like the 5 costs are quite strong, I think I wanted to try out finally getting my 3-star 5 cost, which may end up happening this game. Who knows, right? I'm deciding to go for an aggressive level here into an easy Viego with the 2 items so we can unlock Yorick in the process, right? I'm going for best board here. I think alternatively... No, I think that is actually my best board. Placing Viego a little bit behind so we make sure he doesn't die. There was no issue on the other side whatsoever because we're just facing the 2 Yordles. Viego was a little bit of a high roll, I'll be honest. Because obviously the Shadow Isles is very straightforward, but getting him early on also activates the Yorick, and then we can farm souls and yada yada yada, scale whatsoever for free. I don't know if Shadow Isles is OP. I think it falls off in the late quite horrendously unless you 2-star Thresh. And well, obviously your board is upgraded as much as possible. But yeah, like I said, we get the Yorick here. I'm pretty sure I'm making another aggressive move here, going to sell bench into level up to get a Blitzcrank. Like, would have thought. That is whether lucky or unlucky, but I don't know. It's just a Juggernaut to make as a trade bot here. And so far, pretty strong board for the early game. I didn't scout at all, so maybe that was even the wrong choice here. But yeah, as you can see, I already activated the board for the Shadow Isle units. There is a 2-star Scion with a BT here, so my guy is probably going for the Nexus angle, the Noxus angle. But even though he has a 2-star Scion, my Viego is making sure that he's not staying alive for too long. Yes, Viego, one of the more powerful 1-cost units. Kinda cool that we got to high roll and see that one. Yeah, this game was pre-recorded, I suppose, is the word for it. I played something offline while I was editing, and it was such good footage that I'm trying my best right now to talk over it and make it as entertaining as possible, I suppose. Obviously, there's only so much you can talk about in the early game here. There's not anything else that I would change here. But I deemed this game worthy of a talk over, so I was having a try on it, and maybe you guys can let me know in the comments if you like that, if you kind of dislike that, because obviously it's not as hype because I don't have the back and forth between me and chat. But nevertheless, it was a great game. As you will see in the end, that chivalry is still not dead. I have another one coming up as well that I will be talking over a little bit, and then there's some voiceover from some online friends, so maybe you're gonna enjoy that one as well. That will be possibly uploaded alongside this one. I'm not entirely sure yet. My editing / streaming / making time for anything else schedule has been rough lately. Oh yeah, going into Carousel here, obviously we're last pick. I don't even know what I'm eyeing for. Probably, maybe... Oh, I was thinking I was aiming for Hodge, but now I really have no idea what I'm gonna take here. I guess Sword if I can. Couldn't, so now it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, just Cloak Vein. She is the higher cost unit. Might as well pick her up. That's an unfortunate carousel for me though, right? Because there's nothing really we gained out of it. Making yet another aggressive move, which is insane, but also again insanely rewarded by picking up the only 2-cost quick striker that there is with Ashe, and Ashe being like one of the better utility splash to put in because she also chills again, right? So there's a lot of utility there. I don't know, is there another quick striker? I don't think. Oh, that is, I lied actually. There's Twisted Fate as a two cost quick striker. So that would have been fine too. But nonetheless, just high rolling Ash here feels a bit illegal. And also probably is one of the reasons why I was sent on such a splendid game path. You know, making quick word of another Noxus board here. He's going long. That's his augment there. Going long. Obviously very aggressive on my part. We have 3 more souls to be picked up for Gwen. I'm actually, I don't know. I haven't ruined my econ too much. Like, yes, I'm only at 12 gold. And I delayed it quite well, right? Like, usually you want to be at 20, 30 here. Well, ideally you want to be at 30 here. But if I end up sending myself on a win streak, I think it is very much worth it. And again, we have decently high rolled our board into a good state, I suppose. That's the Ash level up. I don't know, that was questionable decision making, but I also don't think we would have won the last fight without her. So maybe past Rapid knew a bit better than present. I'm picking up Vayne here as just a general good 3 cost. I think they've buffed Vayne, or others have been nerfed, but Vayne lately feels like a good mid-game carry. I don't know if 3-star Vayne can win games, but generally for such a weak trait as Demacia, Vayne has been feeling a little bit more on the better side. We're unlocking Gwen here. That's an easy +1 for us, right? There's no way in hell we can level here though, so I think I will make my board very weak, because there's also Xin Zhao as a warden there. And as we both know, Shadow Isles kind of live off of the warden angle, since they have Yorick and Thresh as wardens. It's quite a nice trade though, to be honest. And I've yet another high roll picking up a gold. I even forgot about that. Yet another high roll picking up the gold orb for the Gwen 2-star here. If I knew that, obviously I would have sold Briar, I think, to make the 30. But yeah, I cannot complain too much about that. Just unlocked her instantly 2-star. There you go. I don't even know if I may end up selling most of these, right? I'm not sure. Like, at some point, I'm pretty sure I kick out Briar as well. Right now, my team is a little bit weaker, I think, because of the lacking front line. Viego was enough damage already, but yeah. I am actually eyeing another level up here. That is insane. That is crazy. I think the only thing stopping me is actually the level 2 Gwen that we got off of orbs. Enemy high rolled Swain here on level 5, but that Swain is semi-quickly dealt with through the Viego ramp up. Unfortunately, he gets his ultimate out of the way. But yeah, he does so while he's going down, and then the backline is not really any problem whatsoever for my board. Yeah, I think the only thing that stopped me from leveling up here is high rolling the 2-star Gwen out of the orb, because now my brain is, maybe I can get a Gwen 3 for free alongside our level up, and that makes me more stable, so I have more time to roll later. Ooh, we have 2 new augments, the Golden Dragon and Earth. Advanced Loan is also a new augment, but the Golden Dragon, I have found out, is really, really, really good on Yorick. Possibly because of his trade setup. If you're going into Shadow Isles, you usually stay in Shadow Isles as well. That is Disruptor now, which is also a good pickup, because then I just realized that Gwen is also a Disruptor. Sends me level 7. I'm rolling even deeper for a better warden, I guess. No, I think the reason why I'm rolling is... because I'm Yorick paired, and I wanted to 2-star him now that we have such a heavy focus on him. Right, I should make 10 here though. Yeah. pretty sure we're still gonna win. Yes, this augment and the Mogul's Mare on Yorick does work wonders. He is usually staying alive for very long. He gets very through the healing of his ultimate, he gets a lot of casts off. Also shields and delays the backline. Gonna sell one Zinzao here. I mean, in hindsight, I would have probably sold the Gwens, right? And the Nautilus as well. If I'm just seeing that. Just making 20 here is probably more ideal. On the other hand, we are paired on picking up the Melza here. I don't think past. Oh, that's a huge pickup now. I don't think Past Rapid knew that was probably not a good take. Selling Nautilus pair for another Melza. That can't be right. Yeah, I rarely do a VOD review as well, so me seeing myself and supposed mistakes that I've been doing is also a bit wild. Yeah, making the decision to go deeper into Warden now for Yorick instead of activating Quick Striker for just Viego. Also, my Viego just ran through my Nautilus there. I don't know if you guys see that, seen that, but I was Riot certified, I suppose. That was weird. Okay, I have to look at that later after the the recording again. Mr. 9 lives is on 1 life left. That's not looking too good for him. And we are on a 100 win streak into 3-3. Carousel coming up. I looked at my items. There's nothing really that we need. We're still looking to probably go for the AP angle since we've already gotten the strikers. So there's probably crit glove here or just something generic tank item for Yorick. HP would have been best, but it's on a Taric, so I don't think we're gonna see that ending up on our board. Nope. I actually don't know what I'm... Oh yeah. I think I'm currently on my tea break and picking up nothing. Oh no, it wasn't tea break. It was me editing in the background. Yeah, I forgot. I even told you guys about it. Yes, alongside playing, because I don't have enough information input already in editing with all the sound effect and everything that's going on. I needed to play TFT alongside. And I mean, thankfully I did, because otherwise we wouldn't be privy to seeing such a splendid, beautifully executed game. More emphasis on the beautiful, I suppose. Facing a Mundo 2-star here, which also comes with an Azir on 7. Oh, that's his augment. But he also chose to have the Mogul Mare augment on his Mundo. Unfortunately for him, I think Malzahar is quite strong. I don't know necessarily the combination with Gwen, but having played a little bit more games by now, I think I maybe ended up doing the wrong decision in itemizing Gwen over Malzahar. But yeah, even here, just Yorick, an absolute beast, tanking it for ages, generating me money. I mean, him as well, because he has apparently the same augment. But yeah, it's just good front line, great back line. And we're making our way towards the top here. I think I don't know. I had an idea of going deeper into Freljord, but then I realized I already sold Ash. I have more of a disruptor angle here anyways, because in my mind there's still, okay, I could reroll for Gwen and Malzahar 3. Since I have so many copies already, that notion will obviously subside later on. Facing a Noxian board here, there's nothing, right? Like, he has the 2-star Briar, who is very oppressive early on. But in the late game... Oh, never mind, I spoke too soon. Yes, I forgot. She instantly jumped onto my Gwen, which is very unfortunate, but she is classified as an assassin, I suppose, so... he actually ends up having enough for me to get through. I don't know. that was unlucky, because as you can see, it's still kind of somewhat close. So there was definitely some fighting RNG that could have ended up in my favor. Yeah, here is why I realized that apparently Briar with items. I even spoke too soon in the recording. Damn, that's that's a rapid classic. Yeah, that Briar was devastating, and he now has unlocked Aatrox, which is terrifying, right? Aatrox, especially Aatrox 2-star, can easily take back games. He's almost not worthy of being a 5 cost rather than a 7 cost. Just almost, I suppose. We're picking up a lot of AP items here. I think I end up doing a JG. A Jeweled Gauntlet. By rolling an ornn 7 here. And then instantly leveling up again for another spike. Apparently I should have done that last turn. Because, well, we weren't strong enough. So doing it here actually doesn't give me anything. Unless I get, I don't know, some good money augment as my last augment. Ginjo's Nashers. Okay, I'm still missing anti-heal, but I think I kind of want to keep the... No, I'm actually making... There you go. Great. And I slammed the Jeweled Gauntlet on Gwen, which is obviously synergizes very well, gives her more power, yada yada yada. It's the decision that had to be made anyways, but if I'm honest, I know now that the late game Shadow Isle board heavily revolves around Fiddlesticks. I think Fiddlesticks is one of the best additions to the board, and then you play around Fiddlesticks and Callista, which is kind of undervalued right now. She is not the best 4 cost, but she does a lot of damage. She does a very lot of damage, and as you can see, I'm scouting the augments and I'm re-rolling the middle one and instantly find the new one, the Money Monsoon. Gain 7 gold now and each turn. We also had Commerce Core, but we need to push levels, so the re-rolls don't give us a lot. Hence why we pick up on the money, so we can make up for the decision of rolling down the turn prior. Also selling the Belveth here. There's not really anything that Belveth brings to our board. Not really. Yeah. And so we have stabilized, hopefully. We have a great core. The end game is still kind of open. Again, usually you just want to go into wands. You want to go into more Shadow Eye unit. And then, as I know now, into Fiddlesticks. And Fiddlesticks is a huge damage source. Alongside Thresh. Thresh can actually do some damage. But he's more on the awkward side, because he's not a tank. He's more of a fighter, even though he's a warden, right? So there's some weird shenanigans happening later on that, as you will see. Unfortunately, Timo poisoning my entire board here. But Yorick, the beast that he is, doesn't give too much of a damn. Good stuff. Good stuff. Just checked if the recording is recording. That would have been awkward. On 2 anvils, 2 more turns, and we get an artifact that we maybe can play on Yorick as well. He mentioned that would be a Mogul mail. That would be crazy good. Yeah, and here finally making the decision of Gwen 3 and Malzahar 3 is not gonna happen. Give me my 5 cost, and our 5 cost 2-star is gonna be Senna Illusion, which, if unaware, is not too bad. Not too bad at all, right? Like if you want something to splash and you have decent frontline, it's probably one of the best backliners that you can get, because it buffs your team with a shield, it buffs your team with damage amp. It's just a good 5 cost unit to just, yeah, have at it. And again, our damage core is quite good, so we don't need too much more damage. So the utility off of Senna as well. You can see she did 3k there, as much as Malzahar, with the Morelos. It's just a good splash. It's just a good splash. We're almost there with Thresh as well. We need about 40 more souls. That's not correct. That is like 36? I think 36, yeah. 36 more souls. Quick maths. 36, right? 1, 3, no. 26? 26. I probably. I don't know. Okay, don't rip me apart. Anyways. Just looking for HP, I think, right? I don't think we wanna be picking up a Braum here, do we now? Braum's a warden, but I'm pretty sure it was the HP there. Because HP can give both Nashers, but also offensive items, right? It looked like on the last precipice there, I wanted to go for whatever other item was left over though, so that was a bit weird. Also have Kindred in shop. I'm not entirely sure if I'll pick her up. I'm doing it Titans now. Ooh! Ooh, yeah, and I'm putting it on Yorick, which is... You gotta think like, yeah, that's a bit weird, but he gets both HP, armor, not armor and MR, and APN from the Titans now, and from the Mogul Mail. So if he's stacked up, and he stacks up quite fast, he's actually a force to be reckoned with. He not only does damage now, or more damage, I suppose, he also stays alive to, you know, do set amount of damages. So a regular 2k from our tank plus the tankiness that he gave us. Not too bad, not too bad. Checking out the wardens here. I don't really know what my thought process was. Oh, I later on will find out that the picking about effect here, Hull Crusher's great, Hull Crusher's splendid. I'm not really sure. I think I'm changing it for the gargoyles stone plate, because Hull Crusher gives already enough resistances, but synergizes more with Yorick because of the more HP that it gives, if he's alone, that is, right? So double artifact Titans and put the gargoyles on Ornn, and then playing a divide and conquer kinda frontline, which is what I like to call it. Going up against a meta comp here that is that has established itself with the disruptors at its core and Singed as the frontliner. I'm pretty sure they're gonna get rid of Singed power at some point. Yorick's still holding on, but my entire team just dying around him, which is unfortunate, right? Unfortunate. He kept on hanging on until the last minute, but it wasn't enough. And here you can kind of see comes the new stage 3 damage in. There's already 2 people dead, 2 people on death's door, kinda, and then only really 1 person really alive. This guy unlocked Zerath though, so as soon as he 2-stars him, or if he 2-stars him, that's gonna be a toughie. Same with the Aatrox player. And then me just still hoping that I can get a 3-star 5 cost. This is basically why I'm playing right now, right? 3-star 5 costs are a nice watch in the beginning of the set, so I want to have obviously as much footage as I can. Getting dropped the fiddlesticks here. And also sending it fully again for the next... Spoke too soon. Spoke too soon. TG. I mean, I probably would either go for, yeah, just the TG here for backline carry. Potentially also for Kalista if we decide to play Kalista again. Scouting the enemy a little bit to see where everybody's at, especially not only health-wise but also power-wise. If we can tank more with 78 damage, HP left. Fighting a Fizz Vega bot here. Vega 1-star, but Fizz 2-star on my backline. Barely not enough to finish him off there. And Gwen plus Yorick just making quick work of his backline. He's back in the front. Not entirely sure if we actually gonna... It looks like it, right? Stuck on Yorick here when Snip snaps him away. And that's another contender gone. And similarity on the same note, unlocking Thresh, which is one of the missing puzzle pieces. Also an Ornn for free there. I'm pretty sure this is where I must send it in order to see where I could go with what legendary. Ending up 2-starring Fiddlesticks here, but I've seen it on the enemies boards as well, so I don't think I'm gonna play him for long. Also missing Kalista for the Vanquisher activation now. Putting in Thresh over Gwen. And then Gwen over Vio. That is probably... yeah, I like that. I don't like missing out on Gwen and Malzahar. If we can make that happen. Yeah, Thresh now in the game gives us even more damage and some more form of CC. Unfortunately, that's a 2-star Zareth on the enemy board, as we thought it might happen. Still killing some units here though, which is good enough. 5-unit loss later on the game hurts, but not as much as it would have hurt if we didn't take some more damage. Let me tell you that. I think I'm clearing out here to mark the 5 costs that I want to be going for. Again, we're getting a lot of money every term, so we can roll a bit more aggressively below 50. It's not ideal, but as soon as we don't go to 0, right, as we keep it above 30-ish, 20, 30-ish, we don't lose out on all interest. Another scouting here. As you can see, I didn't mark down Fiddlesticks because... I hope I didn't mark down Fiddlesticks, right? I think I marked down Annie, Ornn, and Thresh, because those ones are the ones that are uncontested. Those are the easier ones. Obviously, Thresh would have been ideal, since he's an unlockable one, and I'm the only one who has unlocked him. But yeah, as you can see, the Noxus board, kind of a lot of AoE going into his face. And Aatrox 2-stars, the last one being left over. And there you can see what I mean with Aatrox being able to maybe eventually turn some games around. If they had a bit better upgraded frontline for themselves, I think Aatrox could have absolutely ripped me apart here. Thank God he didn't. Even though I still had some life to spare, I think it will come in clutch back later. Okay, I'm actually allowed to second pick here, obviously, because everybody's dead already. And just took an even shroud. I don't think I took it necessarily for the even shroud. I think I took it more for the 5 cost, so I have more money, because that's our win out, right? We don't really care about items. Blighting Jewel is really bad nowadays, right? Because of the nerfs to the magic resist. Here I'm struggling a little bit because I'm deciding whether Shyvana is another approachable 5 cost that we could 2-star. And I finally make the decision of selling Fiddlesticks, who will definitely not happen. And then I think I'm doing something kinda smart. Since Ornn gains more from artifacts HP wise, putting it on him doesn't hurt that bad. But I'm also, you know, onto another idea later on that is maybe actually interesting to see. I don't know. I don't know if it's too cookable, but I think putting it maybe on Thresh is not a bad idea, since he does damage in a circle all the time. But yeah, as you can see, the disruptor board is disrupting my HP bar quite a lot. So we're nearing our limit of what my board can do. Admittedly, we didn't have any frontline upgrades in regards to our wardens that much. Here they come though. Now another good decision. I wonder what I do here. Yes, I'm switching that out so I can put Gwen out, I think. But Thresh again is an... Oh, I'm deciding on Shyvana and Gwen. Okay, I would have... Yeah, okay. And I wanted, on the last second there, I wanted to do it on Malzahar to get some more HP. I keep the Senna and Lucian on the bench, as you can see. So that's pretty interesting. But anyways, yeah, Thresh just dealing damage and healing up from it as well. He's like in a very odd spot, being a warden and not a being a warden and not being a tank, but being a fighter is very weird to see. But he did copious amounts of damage, as we're probably gonna see in the damage recap here. Yeah, as you can see, 2-star Thresh, 20k damage. I don't know if that was because of the jeweled. I don't think it was, of the blighting jewel, but apparently this worked quite well. I don't know how like a Hodge sounds on him, but yeah, picking up a Braum, maybe not necessary, but maybe it's gonna take off the one or the other tick off of the damage that we're taking. Putting in Shyvana for Malzahar. We don't have Disrupt that active anyways anymore, so we'd rather just go for the full legendary soup, having 5 wardens active as a front line and then a bunch of legendaries to back it up. Another Lucian here, another Annie. So we're on 5 Annies and 5 Senna Lucians. And 5 Orns. I'm pretty sure I bought that one, but it's PvE, so I guess it wasn't fast enough for the Thresh there. Possibly rolling a bit deeper here. We're on 6 Sennas. Okay, decent. For the Annie, yeah. Just so we can get the anti-heal in as fast as possible. And then the TG there, so On has more HP in total, and then Braum with the gargoyles is I think an okay-ish itemization choice. Again, facing the Disruptor board, which is one of the strongest boards right now. Looking at Thresh, what kind of damage he can do for us. So far, not a lot of people are dying, which is obviously better for Thresh. You know, he likes the longer fight, so he can heal up more. Now getting quite low, getting another health shield. Senna and Lucian actually sniping the backline there and taking off another win against the Ghost. So it wouldn't have even mattered if we lost, so someone can stay alive, right? And this here comes the payout from the Baron encounter, rolling down now quite a lot. We're on 6 Orns, 6 Annies, 6 Lucian Sennas. Another Ornn found puts us up to 7. There's a Thresh. There's another Thresh. At some point I have to sell some of these. I am on 6 Shyvanas now. I'm picking up as many as I can because I don't know when I ever get the chance at such an insane amount of monies again, right? There's another Shyvana and I don't know which one I can 3-star. Rolling down here to find one more, end up finding none though. So there is 7 Sennas, 7 Shyvanas, 7 Orns and 7 Annies. Plus 6 Thresh. I have so many angles here. I want to see where it goes after the carousel. Picking up as many as I can here without selling board is probably a good idea though. Not a ghost, so unfortunately losing here. Still being kind of in a conundrum which one I should sell, but probably making that until carousel anyways. Keep rolling, obviously keep rolling. I missed a Shyvana. I missed another Shyvana? No, okay. So I have to now decide which one I want to take. Was probably the same Shyvana though. Giving up on Shyvana. Putting in Annie now. There's 2 Shyvanas that I can sell. Come on. Yeah, I gave up on Shyvana. Maybe because I you know, overruled her once and was angry with myself. We are now on 8 Annies and 8 Orns. And 7 Thresh. Probably already made the decision that I don't want Senna and Lucian. That I rather go for the other 2. Yeah, as you can see, the end game fights it's not close towards the end-ish. Which is a little bit weird because we failed earlier, but now we kind of made it easily. I don't know what that was about. Playing a bunch of more legendaries. And I'm praying that Carousel Annie is on my side, and she is not. She is on his side, so I was begging for some sportsmanship and some... yeah, I don't know. And he just gave it to me, which is... Or like he was AFK, I don't know. But obviously giving him the little props there. Thank you. Appreciation to Eddie. And Annie 3 is in the house with the big tibbers. Big tibbers. Yeah, just looking if I can 3-star something more. Selling everything that is not important. I missed the Yorick though, which is weird. But yeah, I did miss the Yorick. And ornn 3 is also in the house. There you go. Pretty good stuff. I'm pretty sure I could have maybe 3-starred another one if I didn't blunder the one or the other thing, but 3-star legendaries are still 3-star legendaries. And now, enjoy. I don't know how one unit survived that, but yes. On just summoning the ramps. And good one on Eddie, he gives me another one. So I make the decision of selling ornn after he drops me every shiny loot orb there's possibly to be taken there. So I can go for a Thresh 3. 20, 15, 10, and 0 gold. 1 gold, sorry, but you get the point. Yeah, just doing this one so I can see the any 3-star action as well. And that's pretty good. I still don't know to this day what happened there. Woo! Finally. Props to Eddie, by the way. Yeah, just jumps on her back and then...
What the fuck? Oh, okay.
GG's!